Enjoy the next video. Start the recording.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about relative pronouns or pronombres relativos. So what
Okay.
are those? Basically, these are words that we use to connect sentences. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got this que. This is the one
Yeah.
probably we use the most.
Mhm.
Also, we can combine this que with el que, la que, los que, las que, or el cual, la cual, which is a more formal way.
Mhm.
And also this quién. Okay, let's get started with que. Oops. Alright. Okay, so we use this basically. This is the most common one. So basically this means that.
Uh-huh.
So ayer encontraron a los niños que habían desaparecido en la selva.
Yeah. Mhm.
So yesterday children were found that had disappeared in the jungle.
Mhm.
You could also say quién or quiénes, although this is a high register expression. Usually we use this one more in written Spanish
Uh-huh.
or in formal Spanish. You only use this one when you talk about people, basically, or this between commas, so to say.
Okay. Okay.
So, ayer me encontré al párroco quien me dio recuerdos para ti. So yesterday I found the priest who gave me his regards.
Yeah.
For
And
you.
que can be for like any object. Like for example, there was a there was a sentence with a book that something. So
yeah,
that is-
basically you can use que almost always.
Uh-huh.
As a matter of fact, in this sentence you can also say que. It's the same.
Uh-huh.
The only difference is the register. Okay. Also remember, you can only use quien when it's between commas, which is a explanatory sentence, so to say. So, for example, in this sentence, el hombre que llamó por teléfono ayer preguntó por ti. So the man who called by phone, basically on the phone, asked after you yesterday. In this kind of sentence, you could not say quien, even though you talk about person, because this llamó por teléfono is a sentence that specifies what man. Okay, so in this kind of sentences, even if you want to use formal Spanish, you couldn't. Okay, you have to say que. Again, this el cual, la cual, also formal. So let me give you. We usually use this one after preposition. So hay una nueva teoría según la cual las enfermedades alérgicas están relacionadas con la limpieza de los hogares. Okay, let's move on. By the way, with preposition, we usually say el que or la cual. Okay, and the article is going to depend on the antecedent. If you talk about feminine or masculine. Okay. Okay, with this kind of sentences where you have a main clause and a secondary clause, in the secondary clause you might have subjunctive, but not always.
Okay.
So, when do we use subjunctives and when we don't? Okay, if you're talking about a person or something you know it exists, you won't use subjunctive. You will use indicative, okay, the normal tenses. For example, conozca a un masajista que te deja como nuevo. So I know a master who makes you feel like new. Yeah? Or for example, this one. Busco a la persona que dejó un mensaje en mi contestador. So I'm looking for the person who left a message in the answer machine. So I'm talking about something or someone I know it exists.
Yeah, so if it is true or if it exists, then it is indicative. If it is more like
Now,
unreal, then it is.
exactly. If I'm talking about someone that might not exist or might exist, but I don't really know, I have to use adjective. For example, ¿conoces a algún masajista? ¿Conoces a algún masajista que no sea muy caro? So, do you know any masseur who is very expensive? Or busco una persona, looking for a person who knows a lot about computer science, or who might know about, so I say sepa, because I don't really know if this person exists, okay? Okay. Also, when we say that something or a kind of person is very lacking or is very hard to find, you also might use subjunctive. For example, no hay nadie que la soporte. So there isn't any man who can put up with her. So because I say nobody, nadie, I use subjunctive. I use this. Soporte. Another example. Hay pocos que toquen el violín como él. So there are few people who can play the violin like he does. So don't say toquen, subjunctive.
Yeah.
Because I say pocos.
So token is it is from tocar.
Exactly. It's a subjunctive for tocar.
Okay.
Completa la cartera. Le pido que tenga. Okay, so here we're gonna write a letter for the three wise men, because in Spain traditionally there were no Santa Claus, there were three wise men or Reyes Magos. So for example, I never had a present for Santa Claus. I will have a present from the three wise men or the three.
So that is 5th January, right? Like that.
Yes, the 6th of January, exactly.
6th, yeah.
So it was traditional. I suppose. My nephews still do it. They write a letter, asking for things. Say, I was a good boy this year, please. So he is writing a letter for these three wise men. Okay. So it starts with this: Queridos Reyes Magos.
Okay.
So dear three wise men. So Reyes Magos literally means magician kings, because the word king and magicians, yeah. That's why. Me pido un reloj. So I ask for a watch.
Yeah.
Que tenga.
Okay.
So here I use subjunctive because I'm talking about a watch that I don't know if it exists. Que tenga 20 kilómetros. Okay, 20 kilómetros. Okay, kilometers is kilometers.
Yeah.
And cuenta means count. So you can imagine what that means, yeah?
Yeah, so count kilometers.
Un móvil, so a cell phone. Que.
Yeah. Okay, that can take photos, let's say. So
the expression, you know the expression with pictures? What do you call to do like this? With a camera?
Yeah, take photos, right? Like.
But how do you say that in Spanish? Take a picture. So we have three verbs here. Tener, poder, hacer. Which one do you think we use?
Yeah, tener is not, because tener is have here.
No.
So it will be poder, yeah. So it can be.
Poder, are you sure?
Yeah. Or hacer actually.
Hacer, yes. Yeah. So the expression is hacer fotos.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the question is.
So it will be the subjunctive of because
yeah, subjunctive. You're right.
Yes. So so hace aga kind of. So aga.
Yes.
For photos.
So, un móvil que haga fotos.
Yeah. So
Un bolígrafo que...
the pen that can calculadora.
So, un bolígrafo. ¿Bolígrafo? What does it mean?
Yeah, bolígrafo is pen, kind of. Yeah. So.
Y calculadora.
So pen that has a calculator, let's say. So un bolígrafo que tenga calculadora
para hacer las cuentas. So hacer cuentas means to do numbers. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, hacer cuentas. Okay. Y que se and que se ponga borrar.
Pueda.
Que
se pueda borrar.
Okay? Yeah.
So he wants one of those pens that you can erase what you write.
Pueda borrar. Okay.
Y unas zapatillas, so trainers. So zapatillas deportivas, trainers or sneakers. Yeah?
Sneakers. Okay, so sneakers that so tenga again can be tenga luces.
Que tenga luces. Luces,
yeah.
Lights.
Okay, lights. Okay.
Okay, very good. Now let's take a look at the connector.
So actually, for the poner, it was puedas because poner and the
poner is ponga.
Ponga.
Poder, pueda.
Poder is okay. Poner is ponga. Poder is ponga.
Okay, so these are the connectors, the most used ones. So el que, la que, los que. So basically this, el que, el cual, they are interchangeable. Okay, the only difference is the register. They say happy with que, quien, que, quienes. They can be interchanged. We're gonna practice with this. So here we have two sentences. We're gonna connect them. For example, the first one is already done. You have queremos ver una película. So we want to watch a film. And the other sentence is empieza a las 8:10.
So
it starts at 8:10. Okay. So I want to connect them. And it becomes la película que queremos ver empieza a las 8:10. So notice the film that we want to watch starts at 8:10.
So can we also do it like this way? Let's say we say queremos ver una película, so the film that we want to see.
Yeah, you could change. Yeah, you could also say, for example, queremos ver la película que empieza a las 8:10.
Yeah, right, exactly. That starts at 8:10 or something like that.
Alright, number 2. So, estoy buscando a un constructor. So, I'm looking for a constructor. Vive en esta calle. He /she lives in this street.
Kind of. El constructor estoy buscando el que vive en esta.
So, el constructor que
estoy buscando vive en esta calle.
There you go. So, el constructor que estoy buscando vive en esta calle.
And could we have put the K after estoy buscando, meaning the constructor?
Not really. Okay. Because notice why. If I say el constructor estoy buscando que... No, it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
You could say... okay, if you want to say in a different way, you will have to change the place of el constructor. So you could say, estoy buscando al constructor que vive en esta calle. Okay,
the constructor, I'm sure that.
Número 3.
Okay, so tengo una máquina.
Cortacésped. Máquina cortacésped. Cortacésped is a lawnmower.
What
Okay.
it means again?
A lawnmower.
Lawnmower. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. La máquina cortacésped que funciona con electricidad. Yeah.
Not really. Think.
Okay, so this is a machine kind of. So then,
Okay. Que, so la máquina cortacésped que,
okay. So function with electric lights. So,
okay. So first I need to think of what lawnmower I'm talking about. Which one?
So that functions with electricity, right? Like
no, that's not the key idea. The key idea is the one I have. Okay, the one I have.
Okay. So tengo. So that's
exactly.
Yeah. So tenga. So que tenga funciona.
No, no tenga. Tengo.
Okay. So the tengo. Okay, because this is que tengo. Okay, que tengo funciona con electricity. Okay, so the lawnmower that have electricity function with electricity.
Exactly. Okay. Notice in these two sentences, I'm using indicative, not subjunctive, because I'm talking about real thing or people I know, okay, or things I know exist. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm not talking about possible. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If it was like that, might have or something like that, then it could have been.
Okay. If you say something like, "I'm looking for a painter who might know how to paint this," for example.
So then it is subjunctive because
exactly.
Then it is. Okay.
So it's all about if you know the existence of the thing or the person you talk about. So in this case, I'm talking about my own lawnmower. Of course, I'm gonna use indicative. So I'm talking about the lawnmower I have. Yeah. So the lawnmower I have works on electricity. La máquina cortacésped que tengo funciona con electricidad. Okay. Número 4.
Okay, so vino a buscarme al aeropuerto un amigo. Me ha ido a traer las maletas. Okay. So
el amigo
que okay, so my friend that I'm searching in the airport.
Okay. What friend you talking about? That's the idea. What friend you talking about? So you have to tell me the sentence that defines that friend you're talking about.
Okay.
No. Okay. Let's read the number 4. Vino a buscarme al aeropuerto un amigo. So a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Came to find me. Or to pick me up, basically. To pick me up at the airport. The other sentence. Me ayudó a traer las maletas. He helped me to bring suitcases.
A suitcase, yeah.
So what do you think is more important? The fact that he brought the suitcase or the fact that he came to look for me?
So he came to look for me.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly. So that's the friend I'm talking about. The one who came to the airport. So el amigo que
vino a buscarme al aeropuerto.
And now you're gonna say the thing he did, which is the other thing.
Okay, so al aeropuerto and so okay, so me ayudó a traer las maletas.
Exactly.
So should I
a traer las maletas.
And should I add here E because and he helped me bring the.
No.
Okay.
No, because okay. let me explain this to you. This whole sentence, this works like an adjective, okay?
Okay.
So
Oh.
what I'm doing with this sentence, I'm defining the friend I'm talking about. Okay? So actually, this is what we call subordinate adjectival specifying sentence. Okay? So what I'm doing with this is I'm talking what friend I'm talking about. Okay? It's like an adjective, basically.
Okay, yeah, el amigo, so my friend that then vino a buscarme al aeropuerto. Okay, that X helped me bring the luggage or something like that.
So the friend who came to pick me at the airport helped me to bring the suitcase.
The suitcase, so yeah.
Okay, we're fine.
Okay, ayer comimos una paella en casa de Ángel. Ángel estaba muy buena. Okay, so la paella que ayer comimos en casa de Ángel estaba muy bien.
Exacto. So la paella que ayer comimos.
So the paella we ate, yesterday
estaba
in Angel's
muy buena.
house. Yeah.
That's perfect. 6.
Okay.
Okay. Fontanero is plumber.
Okay. So el fontanero que yo conozco arregla todo tipo de averías.
So el fontanero que conozco arregla todo tipo de averías. Avería means like a problem at home. Yeah?
Okay.
So he fixes every kind of problem.
Every kind of problem.
Or malfunction, to be more precise. So avería is like a malfunction. Okay, it's okay, I think. Yeah, very easy.
Yeah, once you get that connected.
Okay. So notice now in sentence number 1. ¿Conoces a alguien que baile flamenco? Let me point out this. So notice this. I'm using here the subjunctive.
Okay.
Because I'm talking about someone I don't know if it exists.
Okay.
Because first of all, I'm asking you. So most of the time when I'm asking someone, it's because I don't know if this person or thing exists. So probably I'm going to use subjunctive.
Okay, so here the question is, do you know someone who dances flamenco?
So do you know someone who knows how to dance flamenco?
Yeah.
Do you know someone? So I use subjunctive because I don't know if this person exists. Maybe this person exists, but I don't know. Okay. That's why I use subjunctive. Okay. So let's say now number 2. No conozco a nadie que. You can choose one of these.
Okay.
So I don't know anyone who.
Okay. Who?
You can choose one.
Okay. So who jugar al fútbol bien? I can choose that. I don't know anyone who plays good football.
So you're gonna use subjunctive.
Yeah.
Que juegue.
Que juegue fútbol bien.
So no conozco a nadie que juega al fútbol bien.
Yeah.
So I don't know anyone who plays football, soccer.
Well, yeah. Yeah, because this is not subjunctive because here I don't know anyone, so that is fixed.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, me gusta la gente que I like.
So I like people who.
Who talks a lot, let's say, who hablas, like I can say hablar mucho kind of, so
you need to change a little bit.
Yeah, so habla, so the who talks a lot, let's say, so so people here it will be who hablan mucho kind of.
Okay, I'm talking in general, yes. So here I'm gonna use subjunctive.
Oh, okay. Because so hablen, kind of.
Exacto.
Hablen,
So me gusta la gente que hablen
hablen mucho.
mucho. Actually, bueno. No, you're right. Me gusta la gente que habla mucho.
Oh,
Much better, yes. Me gusta la gente que habla mucho.
okay.
Okay. More example.
Okay. En mi,
Okay.
yeah, I can see. Yeah. En mi clase no. En mi clase no y nadie que
So, en mi clase no hay nadie que.
okay.
So, in my class too, there isn't anyone who.
Yeah, anyone who say ir a la disco, who goes to the disco. Okay, so que so here I can use the boy bus bar, that kind of thing.
No, subjunctive. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Because I say nobody.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
that's why.
Okay. So ir fuera a la.
Que vaya.
Vaya. Okay, so vaya. Fuera will be past subject. This is present. So yeah.
So vaya.
Vaya. Yeah. Vaya a la disco.
So en mi clase no hay nadie que vaya a la disco.
Yeah, so if it was in the past tense, let's say, who
Fuera.
didn't go to disco, then it would have been fuera a la disco, right?
Yeah, but for that you need to talk in the past. You're
Past.
talking about present.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5. No hay mucha gente que.
Okay.
So no hay mucha gente que.
Okay, I can use trabaja en un el saco kind of. Okay, so no hay mucha gente que. So here I don't know, and so here also it will be subjunctive because
Yes, because you said there aren't many people.
Yeah, so trabajes like
Trabaje, singular, okay? Trabaje.
yes, okay. Trabajé en un el circo.
So no hay mucha gente que trabaje en el circo. Okay, we're gonna practice more. So I don't know anybody who. Tell me another one.
Okay, I don't know anybody who let's say tener muchos hijos, who has a lot of children. So tenga muchos hijos.
No conozco a nadie que tenga muchos hijos. Okay. No hay mucha gente que bla bla bla.
Okay, so no hay mucha gente que let's say tocar la guitarra. Okay, so the subjunctive toque la guitarra.
So no hay mucha gente que toque la guitarra.
Yeah.
Let's say me gusta la gente que. I like people who.
Saber cocinar bien, let's say. So saber will be here. Sepa.
Yeah, me gusta la gente que sepa cocinar bien. Yeah, you could say that. Me gusta la gente que sepa cocinar. Okay. Let's see. Yeah.
Okay,
me molesta la gente que.
Okay.
So people. So it bothers me. People who.
Okay, that. What is orgulloso? Like
orgulloso, proud.
Oh, okay.
Proud, orgulloso.
Proud. Okay, proud. Okay. Bothers me. No, proud is not bothering. It's
Eso me molesta gente que son orgullosas. You could say that.
okay. Okay.
Me molesta la gente que es orgullosa. Yeah, much better. Me molesta la gente que sea orgullosa. You could also say subjunctive.
Okay.
Me molesta la gente que sea orgullosa.
Yeah, orgulloso. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now we're gonna see the one with prepositions. Okay. Okay. So before we sing que, and we see quién. So basically we saw que. When you have a preposition, you need to say article que or article cual, basically the same. For example, here, la profesora o
Con
la
la.
que. So you have three options here. Con quién o con la cual. The most common one would be this.
Con la que. Okay.
La profesora con la que hablé ayer es chilena.
Okay. So the
So
professor
the teacher I spoke with yesterday is Chilean.
From Chilean.
No, Mexican.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I mentioned before, the most used one is this, the one with the article and que. El, la, los, las, que. And you can use this for people or things in general. Quién and quiénes is only for people and it's only formal, okay? So for example, busco a alguien con quien compartí viaje a Dinamarca.
Okay.
And this is the one you can use for formal. So if you don't want to say que, you can say la que, el cual, los cuales.
Okay.
So for example, but you can always use this one when you talk about people, okay? So you can say el cual.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Violeta se casó con Ramón, que trabajaba en una empresa de ordenadores. You cannot say el cual.
Okay.
We usually use this el cual or la cual, especially after según.
Okay.
So hemos recibido noticias según las cuales el asesino se encuentra en Sevilla. Okay.
Okay.
So usually this el cual, la cual is quite formal, and usually it's gonna make the sentence lengthier. So we usually use it with this expression like dentro de, frente a, debajo de. With this. So bear in mind that the more formal you are, the lengthier your sentence is gonna be. Just like in English, like in any language, basically. But I think in Spanish this is especially true. If you read, I don't know, a contra or something like that, or if you read the Spanish Constitution, you're gonna see it's quite lengthy, yeah? There's a lot of words, especially like this.
Okay.
Okay, donde, el que, en que, bueno. So when you talk about place, you can use donde, you can say also en el que, o en que. So you can say, esta es la casa donde yo vivía cuando era niño, or you can also say, esta es la casa en la que yo vivía cuando era niño, or you can also say, esta es la casa en que yo vivía cuando era niño. Okay. Let's practice. I think you're gonna understand better if we do. Okay, so here we have en que, en la que, con que, and que.
Okay.
So here we have a sentence, well, a little text.
Okay.
De ti me gusta todo. So I like everything about you. La ropa que llevas. the clothes you're wearing.
Yeah.
La
La
casa,
okay, so the house you live kind of.
where
So,
you live. So the house
yeah.
where you live. How do you say that?
So la casa en que.
En que vives, o la casa en la que vives, because you
En la
say,
que vives. Yeah.
El día
Nos conocimos, okay. Okay, so the day we know each other.
well, actually,
so
we talk in the past. We met each other.
we met each other. Okay, so the day that we met, I think el día que nos
Perfect. El día que nos conocimos,
conocimos, okay.
los ojos me miras.
Okay, so los ojos, so when we saw. Los ojos que me and
Okay, the eyes with which you look at me.
Yeah, right.
Like
con que, so,
con que, yes. Los ojos con que me miras.
Yeah. La oficina. So the la oficina que trabajas.
I'm talking about place. I cannot say que. I have to say en que or en la que or donde. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is a location kind of. So okay. So then, okay. So then la oficina en que trabajas, vamos to.
Okay, vamos. Okay, let me explain this. So vamos means, in other words, vamos, todo, everything. Yeah?
Okay.
So he likes everything about her.
Okay, so this vamos is different than say boy vas va vamos va.
It's the same verb, but bear in mind this is an expression. So, for example, if you go to one of Rafa Nadal's tennis match, you're gonna hear "Vamos, Rafa, vamos!"
Okay.
So that means go, go, go.
Okay.
So it depends how you use it, the intonation. So, for example, vamos. So vamos could be an expression of disbelief, for example. Especially this one, venga ya. So probably you know venga is also the same verb. But I say venga ya. It's like come on, come on,
or
get
let's
out,
go.
Get out of here, come on.
No, venga also can be say let's go or something like that, right? Like it's.
Okay, let's go is vámonos.
Okay.
Vámonos. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's leave the place. Yeah.
Okay.
But it depends how you say at the context. So vamos could be go. Vamos. You can do it. Yeah. But in this context, particularly means like in other words. So you can see it's between commas. So anyway, so here we have to choose one connector. So we have two possibilities. So in the first one, la profesora con la que hablé me dijo que el examen era mañana. So the teacher with which I spoke told me that the exam was tomorrow, would be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Número dos.
Okay, dame una camisa. Tienes nada. So dame una camisa. So here, so the preposition, when the preposition is there, because here if there is de las que, then the preposition is there.
The preposition is there, yes.
Yeah.
So indeed.
Yeah.
Las que. This
So
is the one
actually, so which is the situation when when I will choose the one with preposition for the connector? Like I think you mentioned it.
Okay. This one is even more. It's easier than that because can, if you remember, you need to talk about person.
Person, yeah. So here it is not a person, yeah. So
exactly.
It's the table.
So it's quite clear.
Yeah.
So we talk about a shirt basically. So give me a shirt of those you have. One of those you have in your wardrobe. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So the last que.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So de means of.
Yeah. So Ramon
Tres.
es una persona, es una, número 3. Ramón es una persona en so this is a person. So Ramon is a person con
Mhm. So con que o en la que? Which one?
So en la que is not
Yes.
appropriate. Is that en la que confío?
Let me tell you why. Because this verb confiar, do you know confiar?
No.
To trust.
Oh, okay.
So confiar takes the preposition en.
En.
Okay. So that's why. En la que.
So here, why it will be la que? Because Ramon is.
Because I'm talking about una persona.
Oh, una persona. That is the okay. Okay.
4.
Okay. Ayer vi esa película. Okay. Habla todo el mundo. Ayer vi esa película. So it will be de la que habla todo el mundo y no. Because película is a cinema, so it is not a person, so it can't be quien.
Exactly. So ayer vi esa película de la que habla todo el mundo y no me pareció tan buena.
Tan buena, yeah.
So as you can see again.
Yeah.
Habla de. We say, yeah? Hablar de.
Okay.
So to talk about.
About, yeah.
5.
No es fácil saber. No es fácil saber. Puede confiar, so I don't know. I trust. So.
Okay, you have to look at the verb. The key is to look at the verb and to know what preposition that verb takes.
So saber. So confiar is the verb. So confiar is trust. So it will be de que se puede or no en quien.
Yes. So if you remember, confiar takes the preposition en.
En. Oh, okay. You just said just before en la que.
So you always say confía en mí, for example.
Okay. You just said.
So yeah, this is, you could say en la que. You could say en la que, but you don't have the option here. So en quien.
En quien. Okay, en quien.
And de que, it wouldn't be because you don't say confía de. You have to say confía en. So you need to start.
Okay.
So no es fácil saber en quién se puede confiar.
Confiar.
So it's not easy to know on whom you can trust.
Yes.
Or who you can trust on. Yeah. Yes. 6.
La habitación comíamos estaba llena de humo. So the room that
okay, what I would talk about a person?
No, this is habitación.
A place.
Yeah.
So that's the key.
Yeah. So la habitación, the place that so la habitación
Okay, in English you said the room where.
Yeah, where. So.
In Spanish, if you remember, there are 3 options. You could say donde.
En la que.
En la que, yes.
Okay, so the room en la que, yeah. En la que, yeah.
So of course you have to say en la que or donde. You could also say o en que. So la habitación en la que estaba llena de humo. So probably this is quite common in spoken Spanish. 7.
Vivía en una casa. So again, this is a house.
Very easy, yeah.
En la que sus padres
of course
tenían una.
So vivía en una casa. So they used to live in a house where his parents had a bakery. Easy peasy. Está chupado. This is an expression. Do you remember?
Which one?
Está chupado. Está chupado. Let me show you. So it's something very easy, like this. You could say está chupado. Está chupado. Well. So you can see I dropped some letters. I don't say está chupado. I say está chupado.
Yeah.
So chupar means to suck, literally.
Okay, yeah.
So it means it's sucked. Yeah, we say something like that. So está chupado means easy peasy, really easy.
Está chupado. Okay.
Now another one was pan comido. Pan comido in the full version. Yeah, it means exactly the same. Very easy.
Yeah. So so pan comido, like the
eaten bread.
Yeah, right. Eaten bread. Yeah, just like
it doesn't make much sense if you just say literally.
Yeah, right.
And also bear in mind when we use this expression, we kind of use the relaxed pronunciation. So you're gonna notice that we drop letters. So I don't really say, like for me, what sounds unnatural to say pan comido, because we use this in a very colloquial context. So I would say pan comido. Pan comido. Anyway.
Ocho.
Yes, ocho.
Yeah, en el jardín había un árbol. So in the garden, pasábamos horas.
So you have two options. Que on the watchers debajo del cual. Okay, do you know debajo?
Debajo, I knew.
Okay, debajo means under.
Okay, under. Okay.
So under which? So debajo del cual.
Okay. So in the. So then en el jardín había un árbol debajo del cual pasábamos horas.
Okay, what is this pasábamos? What does it mean?
So here we spend
exactly. We spend hours talking or having chit chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
because that is spend
so in the garden there used to be a tree under which we spent hours talking.
Yeah.
9.
So la mujer se casó. So la mujer con la que se casó mi hermano.
Yes,
era enferma. Enfermera.
Because casarse con, we say in Spanish. That's why.
So we married.
You could say con quien. Con quien is also possible.
Because con should be there because it is with whom.
Exactly. So notice when you have a verb with a preposition, you need to take the preposition and place it just before the connector. Okay? So you cannot say la mujer que se casó. You have to say la mujer con la que se casó.
Con la que.
O la mujer con quien se casó. Yes.
Okay, so la casa vivía antes de casarse, la han derivado.
Derribado is to knock down. Derribar is to knock down.
Okay. La casa en
talking about a house.
Yeah, right. So that we live. Okay. So it will be en la que kind of.
Yes.
En la que.
So la casa en la que vivía antes de casarse la han derribado. So the house where he used to live before getting
Before
married
married, yeah.
was knocked
Brought
down. Or
Brought
literally, they have knocked down. La han
No.
derribado.
Yeah.
Ok, 11.
El gimnasio, el gimnasio al que iba el año pasado ha cerrado por reformas. Because this is gymnasium, so it can't be quien.
Exactly. Okay, reforma means work. Okay, when you talk
Okay.
about, like a house of work, yeah, this kind of, or doing something up, so we call reformas. Yeah? Like doing a house up, for example. So el gimnasio al que iba el año pasado ha cerrado por reformas.
Okay, so doing some renovation kind of.
Reformation, yes.
Yeah.
12.
El policía, ¿quién preguntamos la dirección? The police. Or al que.
Look at the verb.
Preguntamos. Okay, so we.
Takes a preposition, sorry.
Okay, preguntamos al que then. Okay, so it's a preposition.
You could say a quién
Okay, I could
o
have.
al que.
Okay.
You could say that. So al actually are two words together. So al means a plus el. Okay, bear that in mind. The same happened with de plus el. It becomes del. Yeah? So el policía al que preguntamos la dirección no sabía tampoco cómo llegar. Ok, 13.
Okay. La mujer que vimos en el museo, era una pintura famosa. Okay. So vimos also. So if I have the preposition here, it will be a la que.
Yes.
Yeah, so la mujer a la que, a la que vimos en el museo, era una pintora famosa.
Okay. With some verbs, I think I mentioned this a long time ago. With some verbs, you only need the preposition a when you're talking about a living thing, a person, basically.
Okay.
So, for example, mirar is one of those verbs. So you're gonna say mirar una casa, but you're gonna say mirar a una chica. So notice I say a because I'm talking about una chica. So chica is a girl. Yeah?
So here it is. I am using a preposition y here, like no. Here it is la mujer. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna use a because I'm talking about la mujer. Yeah?
La mujer. Yeah.
So I need to say a. Yeah? So the woman we saw at the museum was a famous painter.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, I think we covered. There you are. Okay. Yo voy a un dentista no es. Okay, this is the same. So, el dentista al que yo voy no es muy caro. So we're gonna do the same as before, but I think now you're gonna need the preposition. They're gonna make it a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
So, número 2.
Okay, so Rubén trabaja en una fábrica. Esa fábrica la han cerrado. Okay, so la fábrica